Have you ever looked at your grandchild, that sweet face, full of energy one moment, then sniffling on the couch the next, and thought, they're getting sick again? Maybe it feels like they've barely recovered from one cold before another one rolls in. Runny nose, mild fever, a little cough, nothing serious, thank goodness, but enough to make them tired, cranky, and missing out on the fun they love. And let's be honest, when they're not feeling well, you worry. You do what you can, tissues, soup, a cuddle on the couch, but part of you wonders if there's more you could do to help them stay well in the first place. You're not alone. Many of us, especially those of us in our 60s and beyond, are now caring for grandkids, helping with meals, school pickups, or even full-time babysitting. And in all of that, one big question keeps coming up: are we feeding them the right way to keep their immune system strong? Because immunity isn't just something they're born with, it's something that's built, every single day, through the choices we help them make. The food they eat. The routines they follow. The little habits that add up to a much healthier body over time. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. 5 simple, natural daily habits, all centered around food and lifestyle, that can make a real difference in a child's ability to fight off bugs, bounce back faster, and feel their best all year round. And I promise, none of this is complicated. These are things you can do right in your own kitchen, with everyday ingredients, often the same ones you're using for yourself. So let's start with something small but mighty: breakfast. I know mornings can be hectic, especially if you're getting a little one ready for school. But what they eat in the morning can set the tone for their entire day, especially when it comes to their immune system. And here's the kicker: a bowl of sugary cereal or a toaster pastry might quiet their hunger for a bit, but it won't give their body what it needs to fight off illness. Instead, focus on whole, nourishing options, things like oatmeal, whole grain toast, or eggs with fruit on the side. If you've got yogurt in the fridge, even better, especially if it has live and active cultures. Those good bacteria help support the gut, which plays a huge role in immunity. In fact, around 70% of the immune system lives in the gut, so feeding it well really matters. I remember when I first started switching things up with my own grandson. At first, he wasn't thrilled about ditching the chocolate cereal, but once I started offering him a warm bowl of oats with banana slices and a drizzle of peanut butter, he was hooked. He called it banana pie breakfast. Sometimes it's all in how you present it. A fun name, a favorite spoon, a little routine, it all helps. Now let's talk about the thing that seems so simple but often gets overlooked: hydration. Water doesn't get much attention, but it's absolutely essential when it comes to supporting the immune system. Think about it, our bodies are made mostly of water, and every cell, including the ones that defend us from illness, needs it to function properly. Yet many kids go through the day barely sipping on anything but juice or milk. One way to help is by making water more appealing. Let the child pick out their own water bottle, something colorful or with their favorite character. Or add a few slices of fruit, orange, lemon, even cucumber, to give it a gentle flavor without any added sugar. And if you're spending time together at home, make it a game. Every time they finish a small cup, they get to move a magnet on the fridge or put a sticker on a chart. They'll love the reward, and their body will love the water. Of course, food is a huge piece of this puzzle, and one of the biggest immune-boosting habits you can build is making sure children eat a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables every day. Not just apples and bananas, though those are great, but berries, carrots, sweet potatoes, spinach, and bell peppers. Each color brings different vitamins and antioxidants, which help the body fight off germs and recover quickly when it does get sick. Now, I know what you might be thinking: how do I get a picky eater to touch spinach or sweet potatoes? Believe me, I've been there. One trick is to get kids involved in the process. Take them shopping and let them pick one new vegetable to try. Cook together. Even if it's just washing carrots or stirring the soup, they feel proud to be part of it and more likely to try what they helped make. I've had days where my granddaughter flat out refused broccoli until we made mini trees with cheese and garlic. She didn't just eat it, she asked for seconds. Sometimes all it takes is creativity, patience, and a little bit of fun. And speaking of fun, that's the thread that ties it all together. Because boosting a child's immune system doesn't mean taking the joy out of meals. It means bringing joy into them. Sitting down to eat together. Laughing while you cook. Making a big deal out of a healthy snack like it's a special treat. These moments stick with kids, and they associate good food with love and comfort. Now that we've talked about the power of breakfast, the importance of water, and the magic of fruits and vegetables, there's still more we can do. Daily habits that are just as nourishing for their health as they are for their heart. Because when a child feels cared for, when mealtime is about more than just filling their stomach, that's when real nourishment happens. And along with a healthy plate and plenty of water, there's something else that's just as powerful, even though it doesn't come from the kitchen. I'm talking about sleep. Yes, good, old-fashioned, peaceful sleep. You might not think of bedtime as part of a child's immune health, but it absolutely is. When we sleep, our bodies go into repair mode. That's when the immune system does its best work, fighting off viruses, making more of those tiny little cells that keep us healthy, and restoring energy. And children, growing as fast as they are, need even more rest than we often realize. But here's the challenge: getting a child to bed and helping them stay asleep can be easier said than done. Screens, sugar, excitement, there are a lot of things that get in the way. That's why a calm, predictable bedtime routine is one of the most powerful tools you can use. Dim the lights. Read a book. Play soft music. Keep the energy low and loving. And food plays a role here, too. Giving them something heavy or sugary right before bed can disrupt their sleep. But a light snack like a banana, a warm glass of milk, or a slice of whole grain toast can help them drift off easier and stay asleep longer. You're not just tucking them in, you're setting the stage for their body to do its healing work. When I was raising my own kids, I didn't always understand just how much sleep mattered. But now, as a grandmother, I see the difference. A child who sleeps well is calmer, gets sick less often, and just seems more joyful. And it starts with simple, gentle habits you build together. Another daily habit that doesn't get enough attention is getting kids outside, not just for fun, but for fresh air, movement, and, believe it or not, vitamin D. You see, vitamin D plays a huge role in supporting the immune system, and while you can get a bit from food, the best source is sunlight. Just a little time outdoors, even 15 to 20 minutes a day, can give their body the boost it needs to help fight off infections and regulate mood. And the truth is, our grandkids are spending more time indoors than ever before. Screens are everywhere, and while a little TV or tablet time is fine in moderation, it's easy to lose a whole afternoon to it. But when you say, let's go outside for a bit, and you go with them, even just a walk around the block, some chalk on the sidewalk, or digging in the garden, you're doing more than entertaining them. You're helping their bodies stay strong and balanced. Plus, movement helps their lymphatic system, which is part of the body's immune defense. Jumping, running, stretching, it all gets that system pumping, and that's exactly what helps the body move out toxins and stay on guard against illness. And here's the beauty of these habits: they're not just for kids. All the things we're talking about, eating real food, staying hydrated, sleeping well, getting outside, they're the very same things we need, especially as we age. Isn't that something? The habits we help teach our grandchildren can actually remind us to take better care of ourselves, too. One day last fall, I took my grandson to the park. It was a little chilly, but we bundled up, brought some apple slices and water, and off we went. He ran, he climbed, he laughed so hard I thought he'd fall over. And I realized, halfway through chasing him down the trail, that I was breathing deeper. Standing taller. Feeling more awake. That's what fresh air and movement can do. It's not just medicine for them, it's medicine for us. And that brings me to something else that ties all of this together: routine. Because you can have all the right foods in your fridge and still struggle if the days feel chaotic. Kids thrive when they know what to expect. Regular meals, predictable bedtimes, planned moments for outdoor play. It helps their nervous system stay calm, which in turn supports their immunity. When life is all over the place, the body feels it. It gets tired. It gets stressed. And stress, even in children, can weaken the immune response. That's why the habits we're building are about more than food. They're about rhythm, stability, a sense of safety. All of that makes a child feel more at ease, and that peace becomes the foundation for better health. Sometimes people say, "Oh, kids bounce back fast," and sure, that's true to a point. But bouncing back doesn't mean we should ignore the signals their bodies are sending. A runny nose every few weeks, constant earaches, frequent coughs, those things aren't always just normal. Sometimes, they're gentle nudges telling us to take a closer look at the daily habits that might be holding their immune systems back. And we don't have to wait until they're sick to make changes. The real power lies in the everyday, the oatmeal, the water, the walk, the bedtime story. It's not glamorous, but it's real. And real is what sticks. Next time you're pouring a glass of water or cutting up fruit, think of it as a little investment. A deposit into your grandchild's health account. One that pays off in fewer sick days, more energy, better sleep, and a happier, healthier child. And let's not forget, when the kids are healthy, everyone feels better. Less stress. Less worry. More time to enjoy the fun stuff, the giggles, the games, the little hands in yours. That's what we're really after, isn't it? And now, as we round out these daily habits, there's one more we can't leave out, and it might surprise you a little. It's not a fruit or a vegetable. It's not even something you can serve on a plate. But it's just as nourishing as anything we've talked about. I'm talking about joy. Yes, simple, honest, everyday joy. Laughter, love, hugs, play, they're not just feel-good extras. They actually help keep a child healthy. When a child feels safe and connected, their body relaxes. That lowers stress hormones, supports digestion, and strengthens the immune system in ways we don't always see right away, but are very real. Think about how you feel after a warm conversation or a big belly laugh. Your shoulders drop, your heart opens up a little, you breathe easier. Kids are the same. And that joy, especially when shared with someone they trust, is as healing as a bowl of soup on a cold day. When you spend time with them, when you really look into their eyes and listen to their stories, even the long, meandering ones about superheroes or imaginary pets, you're feeding more than their spirit. You're boosting their body's ability to fight off illness, to stay strong, to grow with confidence. One of my favorite memories with my grandson isn't from a vacation or a fancy outing. It was just a regular Tuesday afternoon. We sat on the living room floor, building a tower out of blocks, and I remember how seriously he took the whole thing. When it finally toppled over, he burst into laughter, that wild, unstoppable kid laughter that fills the room and your heart. And I thought, this is it. This is what they need as much as any vitamin or healthy meal. And here's the beauty of it, these moments cost nothing. They don't require a recipe or a grocery list. They just need you. Your presence. Your patience. Your open heart. Even on days when you're tired or stretched thin, giving a child a few moments of full attention, a smile, a hand on their back, a shared laugh, can change everything. So when we talk about building a child's immunity naturally, we're really talking about building a life that supports their whole body, not just their physical health, but their emotional and mental well-being, too. Food is part of it. Sleep, movement, water, all part of it. But love, that's the secret ingredient that brings it all together. And if you're someone in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, you know this already. You've lived it. You've seen how the small things end up being the big things. You've learned that consistency and care always matter more than perfection. And now, you get to pass that wisdom down. Not with lectures or lists, but with the way you show up, quietly, steadily, with warmth and intention. Maybe you're the one making lunch. Or maybe you're just nearby, offering support while your children raise theirs. Either way, your role matters more than you know. You are the steady hands, the calm voice, the heart of the home. And in these everyday moments, the ones that don't seem like much at the time, you are shaping the health and happiness of the next generation. So here's what I hope you take away from this. You don't need a perfect meal plan. You don't need a medicine cabinet full of supplements. You just need 5 daily habits, practiced with love. Real food. Real rest. Real movement. Real connection. And real joy. Together, they form the foundation of a strong, resilient immune system, one that helps your child or grandchild grow up not just healthy, but whole. If something in this video resonated with you, if you found a tip you're excited to try, or you remembered something your own parents used to do, I'd love to hear about it. Share your thoughts in the comments. You never know who you might help by simply telling your story. And if you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to click the like button and subscribe. It helps more than you know, and we've got so many more warm, practical, helpful videos just like this coming your way. At the end of the day, we all want the same thing, to see the children we love grow up strong, safe, and supported. And you're already doing that, just by being here, just by caring. So thank you. Thank you for showing up, for loving well, and for doing the quiet, powerful work of nourishing the next generation. Here's to healthy kids, joyful homes, and living your best life at any age.